This is a training session regarding entering and changing items in the inventory item price file. To add or change the attributes of an inventory item, select Maintain Item Price File from the Inventory menu. This screen comes into view. This is a list of all your current inventory items. To edit an existing item, click on the Change button. This screen will appear. Here you give the item an alphanumeric ID number, as well as a longer description. If you're going to be tracking quantities of this item in inventory, you must enter the number of the general ledger account to which the inventory transaction will be charged when this item is purchased. Here you enter a standard unit name. It's recommended that you also enter a default location and area. That way, when you purchase this item, the system will know which area and location to apply the purchase to by default. Occasionally, you may wish to track serial numbers of the items in your inventory. If this is the case, check this box. At the bottom of the screen, the system will display quantity and cost information for this item. The quantity on hand and quantity on order figures are updated by the system each time you order, purchase, or relieve inventory. The minimum reorder point is entered by you. A report can be produced which will show the items that have dipped below the minimum reorder point. The last cost and average cost figures will be generated by the system, but you can enter a standard cost if you choose. This is the value the system will use when pulling items out of inventory to apply to jobs. Now we'll click on the Sales Pricing tab. Here you can enter one or more sales prices for this item. When you sell your inventory to a customer, you may offer different prices to different types of customers. Each customer has a sales level assigned. When you use the AR invoicing program to sell items to a customer, the program will retrieve the customer sales level and check to see if there is a special price on this item for that sales level. To enter a new sales level, simply click on the Insert button and add the new sales level and per unit price in the list box. Now let's click on the Conversions tab. This screen is used to insert standard conversions for quantities on this item. For example, on the item we are editing, the unit of measure is foot. However, we may purchase this item from our vendors in 8-foot, 12-foot, or 16-foot lengths. Therefore, we should insert a conversion factor for each of these types of purchase units. To add a conversion, click the Insert button and enter the description of the conversion and the conversion factor on the screen. Click OK, and the new conversion is included in the list. Now click on the Vendor Pricing tab. We may have the option of purchasing this item from any number of different vendors, each with different prices. Click on the Insert button and this screen appears. Here, enter the number of a vendor from whom you may purchase this item. Next, enter the vendor catalog number and the unit in which you purchased the item. Now, enter this vendor's price per unit and a minimum order quantity. Lastly, enter a priority level for purchasing this item from this vendor. When you're entering a purchase order for this item from this vendor, the system will remind you if there are higher priority vendors from whom you may want to purchase this item. Click OK, and this vendor will be added to the list. Lastly, click on the In Stock tab. Here the system will display for you each location which currently stores this item and in what quantity. When you're finished with your entries, click OK. This concludes this training session on entering and changing inventory items in the item price file.